It's still early February, and technically it's the beginning of the new year. People still have goals that they want to reach, and sometimes you gotta leave toxic situations so that you can really start off fresh. And speaking of starting off fresh, that's exactly what Walter from Fresh and Fit did. He renamed his YouTube channel A Fresh Start. And the reason why he renamed his channel A Fresh Start, he wanted to start a delineation between him and Myron Games of the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now stop the show. Don't get me wrong, they still do the podcast together, but Fresh wants to do something on his own. And the reason for that is this.
But you don't like the controversial content that much, huh? Cost money is the problem.
There's no point to it.
Cost money. I mean, it's...
Listen, I'm all for the truth, but like, reality speaking, once it gets shut down, no one cares.
Walter doesn't like controversial content. It's not a way to make money. And this is exactly why he wants to make a fresh start for himself. Because Myron is too busy criticizing people that have power, such as the Jewish community. And the sad thing about it is, these two guys built this business. Wouldn't you want your friend to consider your feelings so that you guys can continue the business yourself? Unfortunately, Myron doesn't respect Fresh enough to appease his wishes to stop talking about the Jewish community. In fact, Myron has doubled down on doing so, which has caused both of them to lose a lot of financial gains. Fast forward! This leads us to the controversial debate that Myron had on Piers Morgan Uncensored with, there are very many people on the panel, it wasn't just Myron, but I want to focus on this particular guy by the name of Rabbi Shmuley. Now, I've seen Rabbi Shmuley in certain controversial debates with Candace Owens. I won't give my personal take on Rabbi Shmuley because I just really didn't listen to everything that he had to say, but he's a very passionate guy and he's definitely against anti-Semitic behavior.
I'm sick of anti-Semitism. I'm sick of racism. There are white racists, nationalists who hate black people. Some of them are around President Trump, even though I think he's a great friend of the black community, but he has those voices. We have Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson denies the Holocaust, and yet he's in the president's ear. He denies the Holocaust.
All right,
please, stop defending hatred.
Rabbi Shmuley is very aware of the hate speech that Myron has been doing online when it comes to the Jewish community.
I'm at a point now, guys, where we can't play nice with these motherfuckers anymore, right? Like, honestly, dude, like the censorship regime, these motherfuckers want to run around and say racism and anti-Semitism and bigotry or whatever. F them. We need to go at them hard, okay? You can't reason with these liberals. You can't reason with these pro-censorship tycoons. You got to just let them know that they're stupid.
Again, whether he's right or not, it's up to you. Again, I'm focused on the black community. I feel like the black community can take care of their own problems, and I believe that we can solve the majority of our problems overnight. But that's not how Myron feels. In fact, it got so heated during this debate, he told Rabbi Shmuley this.
Rabbi Shmuley, until you can actually call people liars for what they say, no one cares about anti-Semitism anymore. You guys run around, use it for everything. We're tired of it. Stop trying to browbeat us and virtue signal saying, oh, that's anti-Semitic. How about this? When you can call someone a liar for what they're saying, then we'll start taking you more seriously. Other than that, you're a rabbi.
We want to really play you what the word says, but the word was D-I-L-D-0. He called him that as a rabbi. And this is not just Myron who was doing this. I noticed a lot of guys on the internet are risking their careers, or they don't really care, to call out the Jewish community. And one of those people is fighter Bryce Mitchell.
Hell in the 90s. I really don't think that he was, because I honestly think that he was a good guy based upon my own research, not my public education indoctrination. I really do think before he got on meth, he was a guy to go fishing with. He fought for his country. He wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy out that were destroying his country and turning them all into.
Now, this is a guy that's very popular in, I believe, the UFC or MMA fighting. And recently there's been a beef with him and Rampage Jackson.
You know, we was just telling him, you got a platform now, you famous. Like all you other cronies, y'all can say whatever the y'all want to say on Twitter and on the internet. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say because you ain't famous. Yeah, some people, you know, you get screenshot. Maybe you might lose your job if you go viral and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, say if Bryce retires from, you know, UFC, get hurt and stuff, retire. Like, what the people he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. They most of the time you're gonna be working for them or something like that. It's best to keep your mouth shut. You don't gotta tell everybody all your opinions. I have opinions about a whole lot, like what the flat earth. Some of y'all don't believe in it. So what? So what? I choose to believe in the earth the way God described it in the Bible. So if you don't believe that, I don't give a. I'm not trying to cram it down your throat. And that's why I was telling Bryce, like, yeah, something you believe, just teach it to your kids, and you don't got to put it out there so you don't get canceled and stuff like that, so you can go and continue to make a living.
What's important for me in that particular clip is the fact that, hey, listen, you can feel exactly how you want to feel, but when you're going and just expressing your emotions on television or wherever you're doing, you don't know who owns what, and you don't know if you may need a group of people in the future. Like, I just went to this particular situation called jewishvirtuallibrary.org, and basically these are companies founded by American Jews I had no idea about. For an example, there's Baskin Robbins, which is my favorite ice cream shop. There's Ben & Jerry's, there's Dunkin' Donuts, there's Estee Lauder, there's Facebook, there's Google that we know about that, there's Haagen-Dazs, there's Oracle, there's Goldman Sachs, I knew that one, there's Lane Bryant, there's H&R Block, there's Snapple, there's Dale, there's Warner Brothers, there's Toys R Us, there's Calvin Klein, there's Slim Fast, and in DreamWorks. There are many other companies, I'm pretty sure. The reality is, I had no idea. I just thought these were just brands started by white Americans. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this because, again, I think the guy is right. You don't know who knows who. And the reality is, nobody is stopping you from starting this business or to working with your people to achieve these goals. Only thing that people are gonna do is isolate themselves in the world of free trade and free ideas where you need people to make money. And the only way to really push your agenda is to work with people and to invest into your own community, and then you get cash. Going around talking about other people and what they do, I just don't find any point in that. That's the reason why you don't really see me talking so much about white supremacy, racism, and all of those things. And the reason why I don't really talk about that, because it's really useless, especially when black people have all the talent in the world and we gotta stop beating ourselves. If we would work together, we would solve many of the problems that we have right now. And the same thing goes for the guys like Myron and Fresh and Fit. Calling the Rabbi X, Y, and Z, this and that, when you made your money on YouTube, who was founded by a Jewish person, which is Sergey Brin, who was one of the two founders of Google, it doesn't make any sense. And you're a liability. And that's why Fresh is going to have to get away from Myron. There's no way to continue this relationship when Fresh wants to be free of controversy. There's no way to stay around Myron and not be tied to controversy. So this is another straw on the camel's back that's gonna make Fresh re-examine his relationship with Myron. Now, do I think that Fresh is fake rich and is lazy and can't do any real work? Absolutely. Nobody really wants to watch Fresh by himself. And the only way he feels he can get money is being attached to Myron. But the second that Fresh feels he can come and work with somebody else, bye-bye Myron. Because Fresh is going to go into the poorhouse the longer he stays with Myron. It's absolutely true. He wants a fresh start, and you can't get a fresh start with the idiot who doesn't care about how you feel about controversial issues. It's just bad business. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. All right, what is here for all that you do? Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.